there is a peace plan mediated by Donald Trump, US president, is somewhat coming into effect, and it has 20 points of peace plan or something like that. What is the sentiment of Palestinian nationals towards this peace plan which has been offered?
Yes, we endorse this plan, but we cannot consider it as a peace plan. Still.
So what happened on October 7, 2023? It's been 2 years now.
They want us to believe that the only day that in the history was October 7. And not only this unrational, this Zionist school of thought want us to believe everything is justified. 66,000 Palestinians whom was slaughtered, dismembered, killed, vanished. But we will not trust the Israeli, and we should not trust the Israeli propaganda. But we will not accept to be their slaves. We will not accept to be under the Israeli occupation.
Do Palestinians relate to Hamas? How much they relate to Hamas?
Yes, Hamas is there, but the Palestinian people is not Hamas. Hamas is not representing the Palestinian people. The only one who representing the Palestinian people, according to the international law also, is the PLO, Palestinian Liberation Organization. We are enduring in a daily pace, enduring tens of terror acts against our people in West Bank. All the Israeli settlement, without no exception, according to the international law, is illegal. Israeli settlement is the main obstacle to the peace process.
Do you condemn Hamas and Hezbollah?
I have a lengthy list of issues to condemn. I condemn first and foremost the British colonization for issuing the notorious despicable bill for declaration.
Okay.
I condemn the British for allowing the Jewish gangs to be established on the land of Palestine long time before the establishment of Israel. I condemn every single act that took by Israel to kill by the Jewish terrorist gang at that time. Deir Yassin massacres, King David massacres, and all of these stuff.
नमस्ते, मेरा नाम सिद्धांत है और इस इंटरव्यू में हम बात करेंगे इजराइल और फ़लस्तीन के बीच में चल रहे संघर्ष की। हमास, फ़लस्तीनियन अथॉरिटी और इन सब के बीच में है अनगिनत से भी ज़्यादा लोगों की लाशें दोनों ही तरफ गिरी हुई हैं। आज हम इस मसले पर बात करेंगे अब्दुल्ला अबू शावेश से, जो भारत में पैलेस्टीनियन एम्बेसडर हैं। कुछ महीनों पहले, अगर आपको ध्यान होगा, तो हमने इजराइल के एम्बेसडर से भी बातचीत की थी। उनसे उनके कारस्तानियों पर और वो किसके साथ खड़े होते हैं और किसके खिलाफ खड़े होते हैं, इस पर हमने सवाल जवाब किए थे। आज बारी पैलेस्टाइन की है। गजा में क्या हो रहा है, वेस्ट बैंक में क्या हो रहा है, क्या पैलेस्टाइन, फिलिस्तीन जिसको हम कहते हैं, क्या फ़लस्तीन खड़ा है हमास के साथ या हमास के खिलाफ खड़ा है? पैलेस्टीनियन अथॉरिटी और हमास के बीच में जो टकराव चल रहा है, उससे दिक्कत कहाँ उपज रही है? जो 250 लोग बंधक बनाए गए थे 7 अक्टूबर 2023 को, उनको वापस किया क्यों नहीं गया है और उसको लेकर योजनाएं क्या हैं? और इन सब के बीच डोनाल्ड ट्रंप, जो सुबह उठ के नोबेल पीस प्राइज की फोटो देख के ऐसे मुस्कुराते होंगे, वो क्या सोच रहे हैं? उनका 20 पॉइंट वाला गजा पीस प्लान वो कहां जाकर फंसता है? उसको वो एक इकलौता ऑप्शन है या उससे बेहतर भी कोई ऑप्शन हो सकता है? आज इस इंटरव्यू में सारे सवालों के जवाब ढूंढेंगे। जवाब इसका भी ढूंढेंगे कि इजराइल के प्रधानमंत्री बेंजामिन नेतन्याहू, उनको हमारे एम्बेसडर साहब बातचीत में, जो पैलेस्टाइन के एम्बेसडर साहब हैं, वो बातचीत इसकी भी करेंगे कि जो इजराइल के प्रधानमंत्री हैं बेंजामिन नेतन्याहू, उसको पैलेस्टाइन के एम्बेसडर जो हैं वो फ्यूजिटिव ऑफ जस्टिस बार बार क्यों कह के बुलाते हैं? कौन सा अपराध और किस न्याय से भागने की कोशिश में है बेंजामिन नेतन्याहू? कहानी तो ये भी चलती है कि यूएन असेंबली में जाने के लिए उनका जो प्लेन था वो सीधे नहीं उड़ा था, उस एयर स्पेस से नहीं गया था जहां जहां उनके ऊपर वारंट है। बाकी कहानियां क्या है, बातचीत में जानते हैं। चलिए शुरू करते हैं। सो हाउ आर यू मिस्टर अबू शावेश? आई एम करेक्ट प्रोनाउंसिंग करेक्टली?
Yes.
How are you?
Surviving. As a Palestinian surviving, to say surviving, this is very important. As a Palestinian born in a refugee camp, to say surviving, it's essential. Surviving.
I will come to that. How much you're comfortable with the Hindi?
Hindi food or Hindi cinema.
Hindi language. As a
No,
language.
I'm not. But I used to find that a lot of words in India or the Hindi language is in common with the Arabic language. Likewise, bas.
Okay. But
Which mean enough.
enough, yeah.
Then I discovered there is a lot of words in common.
Okay. So
And to pronounce the wording in Hindi, it's not difficult for us in Arabic because I mean the phonetics. The Hindi
phonetics are quite similar.
Is quite similar, so that even if I will learn the Hindi language, I will pronounce it very well. So when you say Abu Shawesh, you pronounce it very well.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'll start the talk with the whatever happening in Gaza right now as you're speaking. Your family is in Gaza, as you told me earlier, and you still belong to that part of the country, that part of the world as well. And right now, as we are speaking on October 9, there is a peace plan mediated by Donald Trump, US President, is somewhat coming into effect. And it has 20 points of peace plan or something like that. What is the sentiment of Palestinian nationals towards this peace plan which has been offered?
I thank you so much indeed, Sidhant Mohan, for having me, of course, today, and at large to Lelan Top also for having me today. This is my very first time in your channel, and it's of course my pleasure to be with you today. Many things when it came to Gaza itself. Yes, I belong to that area, but I born in this particular place which is called Gaza, but I'm not from there. Because, it's very important to differentiate between the birthplace or the original place. Yeah. My birthplace, of course, is Gaza, but my original place is Berga. Our original village, which my father, my late father, and my entire family was expelled and ethnically cleansed from it in 1948. This is the essence of the issue, and this is very important to start, because anyone who did not have a history did not have a future. What is the difference between me, you, and anyone who's, God forbidden, diagnosed with Alzheimer? We both left our home this morning, and we will be able to back to our home once we finish our work, because we have history, home. We have a future, home. But the one who diagnosed with Alzheimer did not have a history because he did not remember. So that if he lifted his home at the very early morning, he will not be able to back. So again, this applied to us as a Palestinian when I used to say that I born in a refugee camp in Gaza, but originally I am from Berga. This is the history. This is the essence of all our story.
And what about the peace plan which has been offered?
Is it peace plan? Did they call it peace plan? He himself, with all due respect, President Trump himself called it comprehensive plan to end the conflict in Gaza. It's not a peace plan. It's a comprehensive plan to end the conflict in Gaza. And we have our, of course, a lot of legitimate concern when it came to the name and to the context. But again, this is the only issue, or this is the only plan that on the table right now. We, as a Palestinian official, President Abbas himself, long time ago, declared his position. We are with any effort, decent and honest effort, to end the carnage on Gaza. We are with any decent and honest effort that will make sure that there is no more children, Palestinian children, will die due to the malnutrition or lack of food. We are with any decent effort that will make sure that my personal family, Abu Shawesh family, our children will go to sleep with something in their stomachs. This is very important. Also, President Abbas, with any effort, Palestinian Authority, with any effort that will guarantee there is a sufficient amount of anesthesia so that no more amputation and surgery will conducted without anesthesia, and this is facts, and we have videos about that. We are with any effort that will guarantee there is a sufficient amount of painkiller so that the people no more suffering, whom is enduring injury. Yes, we endorse this plan, but we cannot consider it as a peace plan. A step forward. We look forward to the full implementation of it, at least to the end the war on Gaza, and of course the hostages, the Palestinian 11,000 hostages and the 20 Israeli hostages, all of them to back to their family, to back to their homes. No one should have any hostages in the Israeli jail or in Hamas captivity itself, so that we are very decent in this regard. But again, when it came to the peace issue, to the peace process itself, we need a different path. This is a step to end the carnage, step to end the genocide. But when we talk about the peace, there is a complete different language, because peace should be very clear. What is the end game of the peace, which is two-state solution in border of 1967 for a Palestinian state, with East Jerusalem as it is capital, with fair and decent and of course solution and fair and just solution to the Palestinian refugee based on United Nations Resolution 194. Then peace process should lead to two-state solution again. Peace process should be put an end to all the problem that we are facing. Peace process should be based on the adopted United Nations Security Council resolution, adopted General Assembly resolution, the agreed ADRIF and the signed agreement between PLO, Palestinian Liberation Organization, and Israel, Oslo Accord. This is the essence of the peace. This is the meaning of the peace, or this is the basis of the peace. But again, this plan, Trump plan, right now is a step forward, very welcome, fully endorsed by us as a Palestinian Authority.
So, Mr. Ambassador, you are saying that it's not a decent one, but is that the only one offer right now at the table, which you have to accept, the Palestinians have to accept, because there is none other.
The other alternative is to continue, Israel to continue it is war in Gaza, Israel continue it is genocide, textbook genocide as it is identified by the United Nations itself, as it is identified by the Amnesty International itself, and as it is identified by the Israeli human rights watchdog, which is B'Tselem and Physicians Without Borders or something like this. So it's a genocide. What is happening? What did we have right now? We have a plan, comprehensive plan to end the war, to end the conflict in Gaza, and this is the only one. And it seems, and we look forward, it will be succeeded to end the carnage at least.
Okay. You were talking about the textbook genocide, and you were telling about the surgeries happening without the proper anesthesia.
Not the proper.
Like complete lack of anesthesia at all.
Yes.
So tell me more about what is happening in Gaza, and you must be in touch with your family on and off. I can see, because what I could see is from thousands of kilometers away, sitting in New Delhi. What is the condition? What is your family talks to you about, and what is the condition? Tell me some stories of what is happening in Gaza actually.
Just one minor correction: our original village is less than 50 kilometers far away from our home in the refugee camp. It's not thousands of, it's less than 50 kilometers.
No, I am saying that we are sitting in Delhi,
yes,
which is thousands of kilometers away from that place. That's what I'm saying, yeah.
When it came to Gaza, you mean to the Palestinian, we should tackle the issue from the macro level. When we talk about the macro level, we should tackle it from the root of the issue. Because what's happening right now in Gaza is not happened in a vacuum. There is a root behind this. What the Palestinian question have a roots. We have two starting points to talk about the Palestinian. The very ancient history, which I mean thousands of years ago, and I like to shed light on it, when Abraham, and at that time his name was Abram, the godfather, the father of the Arab and the Jewish, left Ur the Chaldeans. Ur the Chaldeans is his birthplace, Iraq today, and came towards our land. His journey towards our land. This is what written sharply, exactly what is written in the Old Testament, the Torah, first chapter, Genesis, verses 21/34. We sojourned Abraham in the land of the Palestinian land many days, which means when Abraham came to our land, he found us. We were there, Palestinian, and it is called by our explicit name, Palestinian land, Canaan, Canaani land. We are repeat our names, our explicit name, Palestine, Canaan, Canaan is repetitive more than 100 of times in the Old Testament itself. This is the old and the ancient history. But the modern history was started when British, your colonizer, in 1917, November 2nd, issued the notorious, despicable, ominous Balfour Declaration. In this declaration, where United Kingdom have zero footprint in our land, zero footprint, with no legal right, with no historical right, issued this declaration. In this declaration, they gifted, pledged our homeland to the Khazarian Jew. And when I say Khazarian Jew, I want you and all of you, of course, who is watching us, they can dig what's the meaning of Khazarian Jew.
Okay.
At that time, November 2nd, 1917, our misery was started. United Kingdom sowed the seed to all the misery that we are facing as a Palestinian till today. This misery, since it was started till 1948, United Kingdom, which took the mandatory power over Palestine, which opened the gates of the Palestine itself for the Jewish to be the Khazarian Jew to immigrate to Palestine, from Europe to Palestine. The mandatory power, United Kingdom did not spare any effort to militarize the Jewish terrorist gangs. And when I say Jewish terrorist gangs, this is their identical name. This is their official name at that time, between 1917 to 1948.
Okay.
And to demilitarize us as a Palestinian. Many of the Palestinians paid their life for one bullet, hanged to death, till we reach the year 1947, when the question of Palestine was there at the table of the United Nations itself, and they discussed it. And at that time, United Nations General Assembly, without consulting us, the indigenous people, without asking us, decided to divide Palestine, or issued the resolution 181. Another name to it, the Partition Plan of Palestine. It's official name. And this Partition Plan of Palestine, they gifted also, they designated 54% of Palestine to the new arrival, the Khazarian Jew, whom at that time is consisting only 30% of the Palestinian population, and the remaining part to the indigenous people. India, at that time, under the chairmanship of Mahatma Gandhi, stood strong against the partition plan, and voted against the partition plan. And the great late Mahatma Gandhi said at that time, Palestine is belong to the Palestinian people.
And give the land to somewhere else.
Yes.
Yeah, he said that.
But unfortunately, in a world where the mighty create right, in a world where the great Bahagat sang to be accused of being terrorist, then to hang to death, because he refused to be a slave for his
Britishers.
colonizers. The British, of course. Do we reveal a secret when we say that British was colonized India at that time and hanged the great
Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, and Sukhdev? Yeah.
Yes. In a world where might create right, in a world where the power, the logic of power dominate the power of logic, we found ourselves completely demilitarized. Then there is tens of massacres, tens of terrorist acts that conducted against the Palestinian people. And Israel, or not Israel, those Jewish gangs launched a war against the Palestinian people and expelled us. And when we say terrorist gangs, just to give you an example, two of the leaders of those terrorist gangs, Menachem Begin, who became the Israeli Prime Minister in 1977, was wanted terrorist, officially wanted terrorist by the godfather of Israel, United Kingdom itself. This is Menachem Begin. Then another one, Ishaq Shamir, he also was a wanted terrorist by the British mandate. Then he became the Israeli Prime Minister early 1990s. This is the terror. This is the godfather of the terror. This is when state built in terror, or when the terrorist gifted and praised by having a state. This is Israel. This is exactly Israel. And we have many to tell, just to shed light in a tip of iceberg about this issue. So we expelled, we ethnically cleansed from our homeland. Me in person still have our original key for our land in Palestine, for our home.
Key to your home, that original one.
Yes, the key, the physical key. We still have our title deeds, official document for our land.
The land papers, which we usually call.
The title deeds for our property in Palestine still with us. Israel till today, and anyone can dig and say, it's easy, thanks to Google. Israel is managing our property till today, since they expelled us by a special law called absentee property law. So we are absentee. Absentee people. Absentee property law. Israel is managing with our property with this law.
So what is that exactly Exile is doing on your land, on Shawesh's family's land?
They have it right now. We did not have the right even to visit it. Not only the land. When anyone, and I'm pretty sure that many of the Indian journalists visited Israel. When any one of you go to Haifa, Jaffa, Jerusalem, Safed, and all of these old cities, all, without no exceptional, all the homes, all the old homes, there it's ours. Without no exceptional.
Every home in those cities is yours.
I did not say every. I said all.
All.
Not 99%. 100% of all the old homes in Haifa, Jaffa, Akka,
Jerusalem,
Safed, and all Jerusalem is ours. Is ours. And this should take us to another stage of our history. In 1967, but of course, 1948, Israel, instead of taking to be established in 54% of the historical land of Palestine as the birth certificate of Israel, the resolution 181 designate to them, they occupied and they took 78% of the historical land of Palestine. So the remaining 22% was Gaza, West Bank, including East Jerusalem. In 1967, they occupied the remaining part of the historical land of Palestine. So I born as a refugee, a descendant of refugees, in a refugee camp under the Israeli occupation and in Gaza.
Mr. Ambassador, you were sorry, you were saying something.
Because you asked, again, we have history, and this is the history which led us to today.
Yeah.
We are not diagnosed with Alzheimer, and no one will enforce us to be an Alzheimer patient. History, everything is belong to the history. Everything, you cannot analyze any event, chronic, tectonic event, likewise what happened in Gaza since 2 years, without connected it to its root, to the history, root symptom analysis. This is the rational way of solving the problem. Root symptom analysis. But again, because I know what is in the mind of the vast majority of the people worldwide, October 7th.
Yeah. October 7, 2023.
If you're gonna isolate October 7th from its root, this means that we should also, as a Palestinian and Indian, isolate and accept the breach accusation for the great murder Bahagat Singh. If we isolated it from 1919, and of course the long history, but at least from 1919, Jalawala Bag, the massacre, Jalawala Bag, the massacre at that time. If we isolated it, this means that we should accept the breach accusation for the great murder Bahagat Singh, that he was a terrorist. But you cannot analyze any event, any any great event, any big event, not the great, any that much big event, without linking it to its history. So there is a history behind that date, and the very unfortunate history. But unfortunately, we did not have the chance as a Palestinian to tell part of our story. I'm pretty sure vast majority of your followers who are gonna watch this for the very first time, that they will know that even their colonizer was part of our problem. It's not part. They are the essence of our problem.
So what happened on October 7, 2023? It's been 2 years now. We see a Nepali hostage, where the photo and video has come up, which is in captivity of Hamas. And what happened on October 7 when 1,100 Israelis were killed and around 250 were taken as hostages? It's a part of history. We can't isolate that, but the recent chain of events and the so-called arrogance and the stubbornness of Benjamin Netanyahu finds its root and in that incident. So what is your version of October 7, sir? Please elaborate on that.
Yeah, thank you so much indeed. Again, dear Mohan, October 7th is a fact, and no one can deny it. October 7th is a fact. It happened since 2 years and 2 days, because every single second for us as a Palestinian mean more suffering, mean more of our people whom is dying or will be killed in the upcoming few minutes. I'm not pretty sure whether my own family, my brothers, my sister, and their sons and daughters, whether they will be survived or not. 2 years and 2 days. It's very important for us. We count it by each one, by each minute, by each second. Then when you said 1,200 Israeli killed, yes, unfortunately. Unfortunately. And 250 had been taken captive, also unfortunately. Still 20 of them in Gaza in captivity, also unfortunately. And we want them to back to their home, not today, yesterday, not yesterday, 2 years and 2 days ago. And not only this, we did not even want them to be taken hostages, because we are a human being, and because we are also have 11,000 Palestinian hostages in the Israeli jail, in the Israeli concentration camp and military camps. 5,000 of those hostages, the Palestinian hostages, is serving administrative detention. Administrative detention is created again by your occupier, by your colonizer, the British, and the very first one who paid the price for the administrative detention law is your ancestor in 1919. Do you know that? The same exact law that 1,000 innocent Indian paid their life to demonstrate against this law, which means that they can detain and jail the Indian people without any trial and without any accused. The same exact law. 5,000 of Palestinian hostages right now serving administrative detention in the Israeli jail. When it came to October 7, I used to say that there are 4W questions yet not answered.
Okay.
Yet not answered because everyone have the right to know. Why?
Why
it happened? And again, this should take us back to the two schools of thought. The first school of thought, the rational school of thought, which I utterly represented, which represented also by the United Nations Secretary General, His Excellency Antonio Guterres, in his speech on October 24, 2023, when after he, of course, denounced and condemned Hamas attack, then he said, but it was not happened in a vacuum. This is the school of thought which link October 7 to its root. And again, rational school of thought, root symptom analysis school of thought that's talking about there is a history behind that. So, but there's another school of thought, which is the Zionist school of thought, unfortunately, which want us to believe that as if the galaxy itself, the planet Earth, was created at that time. And if they have the chance to change even the very first two words in the Genesis, the Torah itself, instead of at the beginning, then to say on October 7th, they will do it. They want us to believe that the only day that in the history was October 7th. And not only this unrational, this Zionist school of thought want us to believe everything is justified. 66,000 Palestinians whom was slaughtered, dismembered, killed, vanished, is justified because October. So this is the unrational school of thought. This is regarding why, but it needs a lot of discussion now.
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you, Mr. Mazda, but the same whataboutery I can sense right now, even we are both Israel and Palestine, both the nations, are talking in the sense of whataboutery. They have abducted, the other side has abducted this much 100 or this much 1,000 of us. So this was the number. So both the sides are justifying the actions. Doesn't it feel like so?
I'm not justifying. I'm telling you, I will not justify it. Our official position, utterly, one word, loud and clear, we are utterly against what did Hamas did at that day. We are not justifying, but we are rational enough to say it have a roots. This is not justifying, but it have a roots. There is a roots. There is a big problem behind that. Not because we want to blame, but we want to protect our future. Again, without dealing with the roots of the problem. As long as you do dealing with the symptoms, this is a painkiller. And we did not want a painkiller. We want to solve the problem from it by its roots, not more painkiller. Israel is addicted to the painkiller. It's time to tell Israel, go to the roots of the problem, not to take more painkiller. This is the point. This is regarding the first question. Why?
Why?
Then the other question. What?
What?
Yes, you said 1,200 Israeli killed, and I would like to add, no, unfortunately, there are 1,200. But if you remember, just 2 years and 2 days ago, when they start talking about the number, they start by 1,600 other and then it reduced to 1,400. I did not remember exactly that. But they started from 1,600 plus, then they reach out to 1,200. What does this mean? This means that there is many other people who was killed at that day, and it seems at least those people is Palestinian.
Okay.
What happened at that day? Yet we have some videos that published from Hamas, and we have the Israeli narrative. We did not trust the Israeli narrative, and even the Israeli people did not trust their prime minister, the fugitive from justice prime minister himself.
Okay.
What happened at that day? We have the full right, not as a Palestinian and as Israeli and as Indian, as international community. This changed the course, the discourse around the war. This changed everything this day. And this day changed the history. The international community the war itself, the earth planet itself. Before October 7th is not the earth planet after October 7th. So we have the full right to know what happened. What? And who gonna tell us what happened? We look forward to have an international investigation committee to be established by the United Nations, fact-finding mission. Likewise, the other many fact-finding mission that was established to come to investigate what happened before October 7th, in particular 1 week before October 7th. What happened exactly in October 7th at the very 6.5 hours, and what happened after October 7th till today. And anyone conduct a war crime before, in October 7th, or after October 7th should be held accountable. But we need a trustable body that come to investigate. Because what did we have? Propaganda, claims, and some videos. This is not the fact. We all heard again the exact fugitive from justice, the current Israeli prime minister, in the phone with the previous US president when he told him 40 babies had been beheaded.
Okay. Who said that?
Benjamin Netanyahu, the fugitive from justice, because it's very important to say fugitive from justice. Benjamin Netanyahu in the phone, in the video with Joe Biden. Not only this, and he mentioned also there are many children who was burned in the oven before, in front of while their parents was watching, and many other lying. When right now, if you check on Haaretz, for example, the Israeli newspaper, all the Israelis, everyone who killed at that day, his name, his photo, his birthday, and all of this stuff is published officially in the Haaretz. Unfortunately, yes, there are 2 children, 2 babies died at that day. But how did they die? Did they be beheaded? We did not have, or Israel, just till today, did not bring any single photo or any single name that this child or this baby had been beheaded. Did not bring any single evidence that there is a child who burned alive in front of their family. So that this should again take us to the very second question. What happened at that day? We did not know.
But still, Israel, I'm sorry cutting you out, but still Israel doesn't have any evidences, but that doesn't exonerate Hamas.
I said, unfortunately, there are 1,200 and their names is there. Their photos is there. I am the one who is reviewing it.
Yeah.
I did not deny it. But what I would like to say that there is a lot of evidence that the vast majority of those innocent Israeli had been killed after Israel activated the Hannibal doctrine. Hannibal doctrine means kill everyone, just make sure that no one will be taken captive. And it happened before. So that when they start talking about 1,600, because many of the bodies whom was killed by the helicopters and the tanks, and this is the Palestinian fighter whom invaded Israel at that time did not have these type of weapons at all. Light weapons cannot destroy three-floor building. So Hannibal was activated. This doctrine was activated by Israel. So that there is hundreds of bodies who already melted and killed. This is the point. So again, what? Big question. It's not easy question. What happened at that day? We should all raise our voice. We need to know what happened. But we will not trust the Israeli, and we should not distrust the Israeli propaganda. Then who? How? Who? How?
Who has conducted?
Hamas.
Who was there?
The hands is Hamas. But one word, loud and clear. Well, no one can do. But how? How? Who? How could Hamas broke on the most well-secured fence, according to the Israeli themselves? The secured fence that if you get close to it, 300 meters, automatically you will be shooted. All the surveillance was completely paralyzed. And there is a lot of evidence that there is something. It's not only, it's Hamas, the hands is Hamas, but again, we need to know more. Then that fourth question, where it should take us? Should again, we repeat ourselves? Should we accept the Israeli dedication to the occupation and this is the another time it will happen? Because likewise you in India, you did not stop resisting the British colonization. How many years did you resist them? Tens of years. Did you give up? The Palestinian will not give up. The Palestinian will not give up. I'm here to resist the Israeli occupation. By a diplomatic means, by media. But even though I am a terrorist, according to them, I'm a terrorist, I'm spreading lie, hate speech, and all of this stuff.
According to Israel?
Yes. President Abbas himself, his official classification by the Israeli is the terrorist diplomat.
Okay.
They classified him as a terrorist diplomat.
Did you ever meet your Israeli counterpart in India?
No. But I used to serve with my colleagues. They will not dare to say that my colleagues. My colleagues in the United Nations, I served with them 8 years. And I'm real, I have a good relation with them. At least was.
Okay.
No, we have nothing against them. As Israeli, as Jewish, as a human being, we have nothing against them. But we will not accept to be their slaves. We will not accept to be under the Israeli occupation. This is a fundamental right. We born as a human being, free and equal and of dignity. And this is the first principle of the Universal Human Rights Declaration. You, as Indian people, born to be free and equal in dignity, so that you did not stop resisting the British colonization till you became free people. Period.
We are talking about the narratives here. And there is a common narrative, and it's a popular one, unfortunately, even a popular one, that Palestinians have this kind of a soft-hearted approach toward when it comes to Hamas. You might have heard that. And you might have heard some objectionable things also, that all Palestinians are terrorists. People talk in such a language when it comes to social media and when there is no bar on freedom of expression. So there is a issue of allegiance. Do Palestinians relate to Hamas? How much they relate to Hamas? What is it?
Two things.
Yeah.
To the Indian identical when it came to the same exact political fabric. How many political entities in India? Or
Several.
The same exact. It's in a very healthy it's a very healthy situation to find in each country that many different political parties. This is the exact issue in Palestine. In Israel itself, you're going to find today, the leftists is that not that much, but you're going to find the very good leftist people, then the very hard rightist people. This is any society, any healthy society, political society, you're going to find these diversion on it. This is the case of Palestine. Yes, Hamas is there, but the Palestinian people is not Hamas. Hamas is not representing the Palestinian people. The only one who representing the Palestinian people, according to the international law also, is the PLO, Palestinian Liberation Organization, the sole and legitimate representative of the Palestinian people. Hamas is there, but not Palestinian people is not Hamas. This is very important. This is essential in our life. But when it came to depicting us as a terrorist, yes, according to them, even if I'm gonna have if any Palestinian had a child, given a newborn child, he's a terrorist, but not yet mature. This is their official. This is some of their official. I will not. I remove it. Some of their officials, whom saying that word, whom is adopting this and accusing us of being born as a terrorist. This is the question. And I told you, even President Abbas is the one who signed Oslo Accord.
Okay.
They accused him in Oslo Accord, of course, we accept to build our state in 22% of our historical land. Then the man who signed Oslo Accord, they accused him of being terrorist diplomat. The classification in Israel, 3 classification.
Okay.
You have no option. You should be one of them. If you are Palestinian, then you are terrorist.
Okay.
If you are Indian or foreigner who criticize the Israeli occupation, you are anti-Semitic. But if you are Jew and criticize the Israeli occupation, and there is hundreds of thousands of the Jewish whom criticize and stand with us, and part of them is our leaders also, and I'm pretty sure that I surprise you.
Okay.
If you are a Jew and criticize and stand
Israeli occupation,
you are a hate self-Jew.
Sorry?
It's a hate Jew. You hate yourself.
Okay. Self-hating Jew.
Self-hating Jew. So 3 classification: Palestinian for sure, Palestinian or Arab or Muslim, terrorist. You did not need to. Foreigner, Indian, Christian, American, anti-Semitic. Jewish, self-hate. Classification is there.
So, and one must has to fall within these 3 categories.
If you are criticizing the Israeli occupation, you did not have any child.
Okay.
You are under one of these 3 classifications. But as a Palestinian, of course, we are all of us as a terrorists. According to them, no exception.
Okay. Mr. Ambassador, you are talking about that the Hamas is like one of the several outfits which is be it social, be it political outfit which is active in Palestine. And some people might have allegiance there or not. There's something. So when you talk about that, I just remember I was talking to some of my friends and they had this curiosity. And please, this is people are being curious here. How often is it to see Hamas operatives out in the open when it comes to Palestinian land?
I did not go to you mean the future of Hamas?
No. How easy is to just spot on one Hamas operative on
Hamas took over the authority in Gaza.
Yeah, I know.
By the full support of Israel.
Yeah.
Do you know that? No, I know. You did not know. Israel, during the second Intifada, destroyed every property, every security property belonged to Palestinian Authority. So that we became demilitarized again in front of Hamas in Gaza. So that Hamas took over the authority in 2007 in Gaza. But this was not the end of the story. The one who entrenched Hamas cemented Hamas, strengthening its presence in Gaza, is Israel, and in particular, the current fugitive from justice, Benjamin Netanyahu. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Israel is used to allow Hamas to have the Qatarian money in cash to enter to Gaza.
Okay.
And the one who allowed this is again Benjamin Netanyahu himself, by his permission. And this is not secret. You can Google it. Anyone can Google all of this information in Google. It's not ours. We did not create the wheel. We did not invent it. And it's there. It's public information. Not only this, Gaza received or imported the electricity from Israel. We, the Palestinian Authority, Israel deducted the bill, the money of the electricity from our money. I mean, tax money. Then the one who's collecting the bill or the money from the Gazans, I mean the electricity bill from the Gaza in Gaza is Hamas. And when we discussed this issue with the current Prime Minister, he refused to stop deducting the money from he refused. So we pay the money for the electricity by force, and Hamas collected the money from the people. So the one who cemented Hamas and financed Hamas is the Israeli Prime Minister, right? The current Israeli Prime Minister.
Netanyahu.
But this is not our word. This is facts. This is not our word. This is what written also in the Israeli newspaper. And all of this information, again, in the internet, you can find.
Okay, Mr. Master, so you are saying that Hamas has been facilitated by the Netanyahu and even the other Israelis.
Cemented by Netanyahu.
Cemented, okay.
But could I say something else?
Yeah, please.
Not only this. Hamas itself, and before it became Hamas, it was the Islamic League, was created by Israel. Do you know that?
No, I just heard some stories about it.
No, it's fact. Google it. Mid-90s, I'm gonna tell you why. 1974. Since 1948 till 1974. Our political file was utterly, completely removed from the international discourse. And there is nothing called Palestinian question, politically speaking, in the United Nations itself. The only question, the only issue that remained to the Palestinian after Nakba 1948 till 1974 is UNRWA, United Nations that is dealing with the Palestinian refugee. This is the only issue that remained to us. We established the PLO in 1964. Since 1964 till 1974, we fight to be recognized even by the Arab. Because the Israeli at that time, especially after 1967, used to claim that, but yes, there is a question of Palestine, but whom could we discuss with him the question of Palestine? We want the peace. And there is a very principle at that time, land for peace at that time. And you can find all of this information.
Okay.
When we became recognized in 1974 in Marrakesh, Morocco, and at the Arab Summit as the sole and legitimate representative of the Palestinian people, I mean the PLO, and India follow and recognize us.
In 1988?
Yes, no, 1947, 74.
Oh, that PLO,
PLO itself. Then the accuse for the Israeli that there is no one to talk with him about the question of Palestine was removed. And then Yasser Arafat went to the United Nations and delivered his very famous speech at that time. Now there is someone to talk to him. Let us go to the negotiation table. If Israel refuses, and to do so that there's the Palestinian PLO is not the sole and legitimate representative of the Palestinian people, create Al-Mujamma' al-Islami, Islamic League in Gaza. Israel create it And the intelligence person, the intelligence chief called Abu Sabri. It's a well-known information. I'm not revealing a secret.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I should all the time to say that I'm not revealing a secret.
No.
Google it and all of this stuff. This is the history behind Hamas. And the one who gave them the permission to be established is Israel. The permission to establish Al-Jami'a Al-Islamiyya, Islamic University, is Israel. The permission to collect money for Al-Jami'a Al-Islamiyya, Islamic University, is Israel. This is the history.
Okay. History, but let's
history is everything.
History is everything. But I'm talking about a future also. There is a conception about this that whenever the peace plan will take its effect, whatever it is, it will take its effect, and there will be a formation of some authority inside the Gaza. Will there be a participation of Hamas in that authority?
Our official position that was declared in written, and the President Abbas sent the letters to French President, to His Excellency President Macron, and to the Saudi Crown Prince, His Excellency, His Majesty Mohammed bin Salman. Our official position, the written position. Anyone, first and foremost, of course, Gaza and West Bank is one unity. And it will be the state of Palestine will build in one unity, Gaza and the state of Palestine, one legitimate security force, not army. We did not look to have an army. One legitimate security force, one law, and anyone want to be part of our political arena, part of our political life. He should. I mean, political life. I mean. To be part of the administration and of course
authority,
election and all of this stuff. He should be under the umbrella of the PLO and accept the PLO obligation. When we talk about the PLO obligation, this means the international law, two-state solution, recognize the state of Israel, because already the PLO is recognized the state of Israel, and to accept all the obligation of the PLO. On top of that, we already signed 33 years the Oslo Accord. So whether it will be X or Y, if they are part of this or accepting all of these obligations, they are very welcome. One word, loud and clear. Again, let me just take some examples from Israel.
Okay.
There are a very harsh, very extreme rights people in Israel. Two of them is ministers. One of those ministers accused of being terrorists, and they did not even allow him to be part of the Israeli army. Smotrich. But he's part of the Israeli political life. Very healthy. We did not have objection on this. It's very, very healthy. Very hard right people. Those very hard right people, just in 1980, the early 1980, their godfather called Kahana. When he elected as a very first hard right person in the Israeli Knesset, parliament, when he delivered Kahana, when he delivered his speech, there is no one of the Israeli Knesset listened to him. He started delivering his speech, and they left the Knesset. I mean the hall itself. Today, whom is the vast majority of the Israeli Knesset is the descendant and the follower of Kahana. This is a political issue. This is how the fabric of the Israeli, and we should agree whether we like or we did not like, but this is their fabric. And our fabric, by the end of the day, we have obligation, we have the PLO, we have the Palestinian Authority, and anyone would to be part of this political life, he should accept our obligation.
Okay, you were talking about West Bank, and there are stories, there are news reports that Israel might try to increase its settlement in the West Bank even. They are in the process of acquiring the Gaza city, and that operation by the IDF is still on. How much truth is that they are still trying to increase the settlement inside the West Bank even more than ever?
It's already increased. We start against the peace process 33 years ago with less than 100 settlement.
Yeah.
We are talking about approximately 500 between settlement or outpost.
Okay.
We started the peace process with 150,000, something like this, settlers. Today we are talking about 750,000 settlers. Israel did not stop expanding. It is the illegal settlement in West Bank. One word, loud and clear. And they declared that they will not stop the settlement project. This is their official, current messianic, fanatic government. It is official position is to expand the Israeli settlement. And let me just say something. We are enduring in a daily pace, tens of terror acts against our people in West Bank. But they call it violence. They like to call it violence, not terror, even if it killed many of the Palestinian people.
Okay.
At the hands of the Israeli terrorist settlers. You know that no one of them is moving without his gun, automatic gun. One of the Smotrich and Ben Gvir, the Israeli minister, the Israeli fanatic minister, distributed 100,000 automatic rifle to those settlers, whom is polluting and whom is moving in our land, day and night. This is the issue of the settlement. And the settlement itself, according to India position, according to the international law, according to everyone, again, except the current U.S. ambassador in Israel, is illegal. This is the international law. This is not our word. And yes, all the Israeli settlement, without no exceptional, according to the international law, is illegal. And Israeli settlement is the main obstacle to the peace process in the Middle East.
Okay. You talked about India. India recognized Palestine way back.
Yes, 88.
88. And right now, in recent months, in the last few weeks, we have seen several international bodies recognizing, giving Palestine a recognition. Many foreign governments have given that. And that's a big win for the Palestine. But when it comes to recent times, India has acquired a neutral position. India, Prime Minister Modi has talked with Netanyahu. They have photos over the beach, walking, talking about the water projects, bringing them to India. And then we have sent the aid to Gaza also. It's two-way path India is taking, and it's still a neutral position. How would you react on that, Mr. Ambassador? And
you put two very main pillars. First and foremost, the recent tsunami recognition of Palestine, so to speak, if I were going to call it a tsunami. And the other thing is the India position.
Let's talk about the recognition.
The recognition itself. Before, just 3 weeks ago, before the recent move of the wave of the recognition of Palestine, there was 149 states is recognizing the state of Palestine. India, one of them. Long time ago, India was recognized the state of Palestine, which means invested in the two-state solution, invested already in the peace process since 37 years ago. Then many of the Western countries came a bit late, but came by the end of the day to recognize the state of Palestine, led by, of course, France and many other countries, which means that we took another step forward to cement, to stress on the two-state solution. This is very important steps, but necessary. But I mean, this is necessary steps, very important steps, but not sufficient. Before this, just less than 1 month ago, 140, again, 9 countries was recognized as Palestine.
Yeah.
But this did not stop the main obstacle to the peace process, which is the settlement project. What to do? You already took the necessary, but you should make it sufficient by taking some real steps. Russia. 30,000 different types of sanctions have been took against Russia in the recent 3-4 years ago. 0 sanctions against Israel since 1967. Hypocrisy, double standard. You are against the settlement. Then the settlement product is flooding your shelves, flooding your market. This is the exact meaning of hypocrisy and double standard. You are against the Israeli occupation. You are against the Israeli settlement. Stop trading with the settlement. Stop accepting your country and his country that the one who representing Israel is a settler. Stop investing in the settlement. This is how to move from necessary to sufficient.
Okay.
And all of these acts is diplomatic, rational, tested, legal, economic, and we did not ask anyone to launch a war against Israel. But put a legs, put a nails, put a teeth to the international law or to your declared position, which is I'm against the settlement, so I'm against the product of the settlement. Otherwise, it will be again hypocrisy and double standard.
Coming to India's position?
Coming to India's position, we cannot talk about India's position just as it happened yesterday. India's position, India was with the Palestinian people mid-1930s when they support our revolution, because at least at that time there is a mutual interest. United Kingdom was the mandatory power, which is again the other alternative name of the occupation, or
shared interest, we could call it.
yes, of course. And we still, since we have the same exact history, no one should escape his history. But anyhow, it's yours, it's him, it's them. But for us, we have a shared history with India and with all the people who was endured the colonization or the foreign occupation. So India was with us 1930s. India was with us, strongly with us in 1947 when they voted against the partition plan of Palestine. India with us since mid-1970 when they recognized the PLO, Palestinian Liberation Organization, as a sole and legitimate representative. India with us when they recognized the state of Palestine in 1988. India with us when we start the peace process. India heavily invested in the peace processes, still heavily invested in this peace process. India just 2 weeks ago, less than 3 weeks ago, voted and backed the two-state solution. India declared position is to support the two-state solution. India still implementing a project on the ground in Palestine, in West Bank. The recent one is hospital. Very soon we will going to start it. It's funded by India itself. Then India, pretty sure, will be with us in Gaza on the day after.
But India, by going with the same logic, India has not condemned the settlement that openly, Israeli settlement.
But there is an opposition. This is issue that you can raise it with the Indian official. You did not condemn, which is, of course, it's your right to raise this question. You did not condemn but they used to tell us their official position is against that, of course, and not to used to tell us. the India official position. It's not telling. It's the exact official position is against the Israeli settlement, and they consider it as illegal settlement, of course.
Okay.
And there is a lot of resolution in the United Nations General Assembly, which is saying that, which is emphasizing that this settlement is illegal, and India endorsed this resolution, which mean India and position is to call it illegal settlement.
Okay. When we talk about the future of Gaza, and we have two theories. One, the 20-point agenda put up by Donald Trump. Hamas doesn't agree with all the points, especially the demilitarization and everything, and disarmament of the Hamas. I was reading the interview of Musa Abu Marzouk in Al Jazeera. He's a Hamas senior leader. And he said many things about how futuristic the Palestinian Authority would look. And but the Trump's peace plan provides a picture which gives a kind of edge to Benjamin Netanyahu, in a sense that he has the liberty to say that Palestinian people living in Gaza will be provided a safe exit, as if they may have to leave their land. Netanyahu admin has said these a few times. So, what will be the future of Gaza people amid all these uncertainties? Hamas not accepting the Trump peace plan fully. Netanyahu has different sort of agenda, and nobody knows what he thinks of the future. What do you think Gaza will go?
Indeed, this is the same exact the fourth W question that I used to raise, it, which is where will be headed the future of Gaza.
You like to think like an economist.
I'm an economist.
Yeah, you are. I know. You like to think like you just break down things.
Yes, I'm an economist.
Yeah, please go ahead.
And of course, thank you so much, because you said something that I love or I like to say it about myself. I'm an economist.
Yeah.
No, where? The question is where. We start by why, what, how, and all. Then the last one is where.
Where it will go.
The future. No, our future should not be and will not be on the hand of Hamas by the end of the day. This is very important. And I told you, if Israel cut the ventilation on Hamas, Hamas was not there. This is the point. But the current, again, the fugitive from justice, he is the one who's cemented and feeded Hamas. And this is not a secret. The question is where, the future of Gaza. Gaza is not isolated from the West Bank. One unity. This is very important. We should not tackle the issue only from Gaza, because this is the essence of the Israeli mentality long time ago, when he used, again, the fugitive from justice used to say that anyone want to prevent the two-state solution should cemented Hamas and supporting Hamas in Gaza. And this is also declared position by Israeli Prime Minister himself, when he used to say that to keep the rift between the Gaza and West Bank. But this also should take us to the second question: what happened in Gaza during the last 2 years and 2 days? We realize today that after Israel is agreeing on the Trump plan, and Hamas is fully agreed on it, but they have some, of course, minor issues. But
objections,
yes, in general, because there is it's a general, general
agreement to the
general principles. But when it came to the implementation, it need to have measures, measurement. Have time frame and all of this.
That's what we call it, ironing out fine details.
No, but in general, yes, Hamas is already endorsed it and declared their position. But again, what happened during the last 2 years and 2 days? This should take us to the Israeli Prime Minister's speech in the United Nations just less than 1 month ago in the podium of the General Assembly, when he said, a secret code, only the Israeli know it, which is finish the job. In Israel, they believe that Ben Gurion, 1947, 1948, 1950, 52, because the expelling of the Palestinian people was continued till 1954, 1956 even. Expelling of the Palestinian people from their historical land. But they believe that Ben Gurion at that time had the chance and the power to expel the Palestinian people, the entire Palestinian people from the historical land of Palestine. I mean, from Gaza and West Bank. But he did not finish the job. So they want to finish the job. And this is the secret code that the fugitive from justice mentioned it just less than 1 month ago in the podium of the United Nations Security General Assembly. So that what happened in Gaza is leveling Gaza is not going after Hamas. One word, loud and clear. Killing 66,000 Palestinians and all of them innocent. And you cannot say, no, but part of them is Hamas. All of the names is there. Could Israel just point at his finger and to say this is Hamas or not?
Yeah.
Even the Israeli declassified document that had been published or leaked by The Guardian less than 1 month ago. Even those, their declassified document, according to The Guardian, is talking about 83% of whom is killed in Gaza is innocent. And we used to say, all the names is there, names, age, and many of them is their photos. Could just Israel to tell us this is a Hamas or not Hamas? But anyhow, even Israel is saying that they killed 25 to 30,000 of Hamas fighter, which means we are not talking about 66,000. We are talking about approximately 100,000 of the Palestinians who killed, including, of course, the Hamas fighter. The killing of the Palestinians. 45,000 of Palestinians, according to the United Nations, just less than 1 week ago, the report, enduring a life-changing injury. Life-changing, which means that between completely paralyzed or semi-paralyzed, but they endured a life-changing injury. Each child who went malnutrition, or any pregnant woman, she went hungry for many days, will produce again a child will endure a life-changing injury. Malnutrition in the age between 0 day till 5 is unreversible.
Yeah.
So we talk about another generation who endured a life-changing, not direct injury, but by. Then when we talk about approximately 170,000 Palestinians whom already injured, physically injured, many of them will going, unfortunately, to die because they did not have at the exact time the necessary medicine treatment. We talk about 750 or something like this student whom did not going to school since 3 years. Life-changing injury for the entire society. We are talking about 95% of the Palestinian in Gaza whom was internally displaced. Part of them more than 10 times. We are talking about the vast majority of Gaza is became rappel.
And Israel says that, I'm sorry
Yes.
for cutting, but Israel says that Hamas is hogging up on all the aids which has been provided to by the Israel. He's like hijacking the aid. And Hamas is doing
Not
that.
only this, and could I but just finish the first argument,
please.
then I will back to you.
Yeah.
Because again, this is propaganda. This is the Israeli propaganda.
Yeah.
But again,
Okay.
we are talking about between 10,000 to 15,000 whom is completely, we know nothing about them. Killed under the rappels, disappeared, or killed and decomposed on the street or in the Israeli jail. No one know about them. So all of this, just to a tip of iceberg, is a step forward to finish the job or to expel the Palestinian people. Even after the war, Israel did not remove this goal from the table. Israel have this goal since 1948, and they tried it and they succeed to do it partially. Israel have this goal on the table in the early 1950s, and there is of course, there is a very clear plan at that time to expel the Palestinians, especially from Gaza. Then at the very early stage of 1967 occupation, the plan was there and it was discussed, and they paid the people money to be expelled, voluntarily expelled. Just 33 or 35 person whom was immigrate to one of Latin America at that time. Okay. And they paid them money. So expelling the Palestinian people is the ultimate and the top priority for Israel. To do so, it was by force, by utterly destroying Gaza. And this is what happened right now. Now back to the second part, which you said Hamas is stolen. Okay, they stole it. I will agree with you. But this is not the
That's
only...
not me saying.
No, for sake of argument...
You are agreeing with Israel, not me.
Why? For sake of argument, okay, Hamas stole a 1,000 truck. What gonna do with it? What they will going to do with it? They gonna give it to the people or sell it to the people again. Which means there is food for the people to be eat. Yes or not? Logic. Yes, for sake of argument. Yes, they are... Every single piece of aid is stolen for sake of argument. Will they use it just to hide it? I mean, will they going to hide it or to freeze it? They're gonna put it again in the market. Yes or not? Logic. If he stole, for example, 10 tons of frozen chicken, what he gonna do with it? He gonna circulate in the market again to gain money. And
but did they do it?
I'm telling you, just for sake of argument. But there is no chicken in Gaza. There is no enough food, so that there is no even humanitarian aid at all. But to say X or Y is stolen, it's a pure logic. Likewise, when they used to say that, yes, there is civilian had been killed, but because Hamas is taking them as a human shield. Another lie. Another pure lie. Before the war and at the beginning of the war, you used to tell us that Hamas is hidden in the tunnels. And you used to talk about 500 kilometers of tunnels. But all the people you killed them is on the streets, on their buildings. How come Hamas in the tunnel, then you are killing the civilians on the street or on the in the earth service? You used to tell us Hamas in the tunnels. Yes or not? This is their argument, not my argument.
Yeah, they said
okay,
that.
Thank you so much. If they are in the tunnel, how much you killed part of Abu Shawesh family in their homes? Logic. But no one, because media is playing a crucial role, or to reveal the truth, or to regurgitate the propaganda. But unfortunately, the vast majority of the media, Western media, I mean, is completely complicit in this war.
Okay.
Do you want me to repeat it? Let me repeat it. The vast majority of the Western media is utterly, completely complicit in this war. Okay. Because they did not check the fact. Yes, you used to tell us before the war and at the very early days of the war, Hamas is in the tunnel and there are 500 kilometers
the IDF used to release
tunnel.
Statements about it, the tunnels and everything.
Yes, 500. They used to say that the tunnels is more than London.
It is inside a hospital or something.
And there is hospitals.
They justified the bombing on the hospital by they said that there are tunnels underneath.
I will, for sake of argument, totally agree with them. But all the people that you killed them in the air service, I mean in their buildings, in the street, and the how come? When you talk about taking the Palestinian as a human shield, and I also will go with Israel in this particular part, and for sake of argument, I will agree with it.
Yeah.
3 things. Israel is the occupying power, and according to the international law, it is a duty, it is a liability to protect the civilians. Then you and your supporter accusing Hamas of being terrorist organization. This means that the civilians, whom is your responsibility to protect them, is under the rule of a terrorist organization according to you. So this means, according to your classification, this means that your liability, your responsibility is double now. Then you accuse Hamas of taking them as a hostages. So a terrorist organization, for sake of argument, taking innocent people as a hostages, then you come to kill all of them, to kill those innocent people. It's a crime. And I'm gonna give you just one example. October 31, 2023. Israel declared itself that they went after one of Hamas figure. His name is Ibrahim al-Yazuri in Jabalia refugee camp. They killed him, according to them. But they killed alongside him 161 Palestinians. Put aside how many one was already injured and how many one was endured and a life-changing injury. It's according to the international law, another war crime. So you killed 161 Palestinians just to hunt one of them.
Let me tell you one thing, Mr. Ambassador. A few months back, I interviewed your Israeli counterpart, Rawi Nazar, at this very place. He was sitting at this very seat. And I asked him the same, that Al Jazeera journalist was killed in Gaza while reporting, and many journalists have been killed, many healthcare workers have been killed, and many civilians have been killed. And we say... We just posed him a question, what is that? And Rawi Nazar's answer was that they were not the healthcare workers, they were not journalists, but they were posing as them, but they were actually Hamas operatives and everything. And this was in the same line as of the many Israeli officials, ministers, and IDF personnel, that they were saying that they were working as a disguise of a journalist. Mm-hmm. They were working as a disguise of a healthcare worker and everything. So they have this version of labeling journalists as terrorists or labeling terrorists as journalists. I don't know what to make of it.
2 things, just because let us all the time to check the facts.
Yeah.
And to follow the logic. Propaganda, Israel is the master scene in the propaganda. But let us check the fact. When it came, because they used to accuse approximately 400 health workers as a terrorist. We in March watch a video that those health worker and rescue team in the video had been reached with coordination with the Israeli occupation force to some place in Rafah to rescue some people. Then 17 of them, they assassinated them. Videos. Proven fact by the United Nations, and even the Israelis themselves did not deny it. But anyhow, we are talking about 400 rescue team, health services, and all of these. But when it came to the journalists, we are talking about so far 252 journalists and media correspondents whom was targeted in Gaza. Before them, just let me remind you, just 3 years ago, when they assassinated in a daylight your colleague Shireen Abu Aqla. In a daylight. Do you remember it? Do you remember this? In the daylight, they assassinated to stifle her voice, to silence her. And for example, for sake of argument, again, I will agree with the Israeli propaganda. 252 of them is terrorists. Just one example. Less than 2 months ago, Anas al-Sharif. You hear about him. They accused him of being a terrorist and Hamas commander and all of this stuff. Anas reporting from Gaza before the war. Anas, in a daily pace, did not stop day and night reporting from streets. He and his cameraman.
Yeah.
They left him approximately 2 years. Then they choose when Anas and another 5 of his colleagues in their tent and targeted them. If you are really want to go after Anas alone, why you did not target him when he was alone in the street? Why you choose to target him while he was in the tent alongside another 5 journalists? No, Israel have declared clear policy to kill the journalists. Let me just surprise you. The first ever journalist that had been assassinated at the hand of the Zionist movement was a Jewish man, Ben Dahan, 1924. This Jewish journalist stood strong. Surprise, yes, I know. But we did not have the chance to tell our story. 1924, the Zionist movement, the terrorist gangs, the terrorist Jewish gangs went after Ben Dahan, a Jewish reporter, Jewish journalist, and assassinated him just to stifle his voice. This is the exact issue that happened to us. But again, he had the full right, the representative of the Israeli occupation have the full right to tell his story. And I will go to tell, and likewise, I'm telling my story. But who gonna say that to check the fact after both of us? Again, we call for a fact-finding mission, inquiry commission, independent inquiry commission to be established by the United Nations Human Rights Council to come to investigate each thing happened before, in, and after October 7th. And again, anyone conduct any single war crime should be held accountable. Is it fair?
Yeah,
fair. It's utterly fair. Someone else. But to accuse 66,000 Palestinians of being taken shield by the Hamas, or even they are Hamas, vast majority of them, 75% plus of them is women and children. We are talking about 5,000 children whom became amputated.
Yeah.
This is not Hamas.
Okay. So now I have, before we sum up this interview, I have some quick questions, and let's try to be brief on those answers.
Yes.
And because they are related to the current geopolitical situations. But let's start on as an ambassador, as a senior diplomat from the Palestine. Do you condemn Hamas and Hezbollah?
I have a lengthy list of issues to condemn. I condemn first and foremost the British colonization for issuing the notorious despicable Balfour Declaration.
Okay.
I condemn the British for allowing the Jewish gangs to be established on the land of Palestine long time before the establishment of Israel. I condemn every single act that took by Israel to kill by the Jewish terrorist gang at that time. Deir Yassin massacres, King David massacres, and all of these stuff. There is tens of thousands of issues should be condemned and should be after October 7th condemned. But again, to ask us, do you condemn as alone, as isolated? This is unfortunately as if you give, I did not mean you.
I know.
The Israeli, the full accusation, the Israeli that to justify what happened after October 7th. And to to close the eyes or to at least to accept the Israeli accusation, which was fully supported by many complicit Western country when they used to say that, but nothing justified October 7th. So our misery since 1917 till Friday, October 6th, did not justify October 7th. Fair. I have no problem in that. But they did not complete the sentence and said, and October 7th did not justify what happened to the Palestinian. This is a complicity. So that when we used to face this question, we used to put it in its context. Our official position. The clear, cluster clear, declared official position. Utterly, we are completely against what did Hamas did at that day. And we are not enduring and endorsing it. We already choose to be using the Mahatma Gandhi way of resisting the Israeli occupation.
Okay.
This is very important because, again, the most important issue is how to tackle the issue and it is 107-year context, historical context. But to tackle very specific day, very 6.5 hour in our, very bad, utterly bad, unacceptable. You can put any type of adjective to it. But this is not the history. You are corner us as a Palestinian, then we should justify ourselves. This is, ask me, do you have a list to condemn? Yes, very long list to condemn. Do I condemn a killing of Anas al-Sharif? That I explained just his story. Did you hear about Hind Rajab?
Sorry?
Hind Rajab. That child, the 6 years old or 5 years.
Yeah.
3 days she's calling. Then they decide to assassinate her. 2 days she lived with her mother and her family bodies in the same exact car. Could you imagine more than?
Okay. I see. You okay?
I'm okay. But when it came to Hind Rajab, we should imagine what happened to the Palestinian. Just while I'm coming to you, one of the mothers, she having a child, I think 17 years old, something. She missed him since he's utterly disappeared. She wished that he's already died. To know that he's already killed. But do you know how many scenarios did she have in her? We are talking about between 12,000 to 15,000 of those disappeared people.
Yeah, you told me.
I know my family is there. My personal family is there. And I know what's the meaning of the suffering. But this suffering was not started also by this war. I grew up with my grandfather and my grandmother, I mean. And I used to see to see the pain in his eyes when he used to talk about his history. All this generation did not develop a new future. All of them, without exception, they used to talk only about their old days. This is the exact pain that no one, unfortunately, know about it.
Okay. There is a apparent visible kind of a difference of opinion between Palestinian Authority and Hamas. It's a kind of visible authority.
Yes.
So, do you think it's again that same kind of question you have to answer briefly? Do you think the international support like UN and the Arab League, it could damage the difference of opinion? It could damage that kind of support and solidarity from the UN or the Arab League when it comes to liberation of Palestine?
No, I did not go to your point. Come again, sorry.
Yeah. There is a difference of opinion between Palestinian Authority and Hamas.
Yes.
And a visible one. So when it comes to liberation of Palestine, does this difference of opinion matter? and getting a solidarity from Arab League or UN, because they might say that you are divided between the Palestinian Authority and Hamas. You guys don't gel along.
Negatively, it's affecting us 100%. No one should deny this fact. But by the end of the day, the PLO, Palestinian Authority, is the legitimate representative of the Palestinian people. If you want to be serious in a peace process, only you should tackle or discuss the issue with the legitimate representative of the Palestinian people, the Palestinian Authority itself. President Abbas himself. But negatively, honestly speaking, yes, it affected us. This rift has affected us, heavily affected us. But this rift has served the current, again, fugitive from justice, the Israeli Prime Minister.
Okay. And what does Palestinian Authority thinks about the Israeli citizen held in the captivity of Hamas?
They should not be even taken. It's one word. They should not even be taken from scratch. They should be back to their homes right now, yesterday. From the very first day. This is not rhetoric. This is our official position. This is the declared position by President Abbas. No, we did not play a game here. But cluster clear. None of them should endure any single minutes in the captivity. But also, there is another 1,100,000 Palestinians in the Israeli jail. Captive in the Israeli captivity. They should back to their homes. Again, 5,000 of them is serving administration detention that the Indian people resisted it and paid for this law 1,000 of your loved ones. The same exact law and the same exact creator, United Kingdom. It's the same exact law that we are till today.
Yeah.
Since 1919, they tried it in your body, and till today we are suffering from it.
Okay. So it was nice talking to you. I guess we could talk more. We could talk more, but
yes.
But I guess there is some little time constant that we may have to follow.
There is a lot of other essential questions.
Yeah, obviously.
History. We had been accused of being anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
Their historical land, their promised land. But they are the selective people, the chosen people. All of these questions is needed. And it's the exact time. If we want to realize where there are 40 questions, where to go, we should shed light on these type of questions. I thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming here. ये बातचीत आप ललन टॉप पे देख रहे थे. अपना ख्याल रखिएगा. अपनी राय जो है कमेंट सेक्शन में जरूर बताइएगा. हम सुनना चाहते हैं. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.